This is my message to you as a dive master or an aspiring dive master if you're training to become one. It's about an offer that I've made recently on my PADI IDC Preparation Course. Now, at first glance, you might think, well, what's that got to do with me? I'm not ready to do my IDC right now. I don't need a preparation course. Well, I'd just like to take you through the course just so that you can take a look at it and see how it can help you. Now, you guys are the future. You are either a professional, if you're a qualified dive master, you're already a professional, or you're going to become a professional soon. So this course, it covers dive theory, dive standards, and how to teach in the pool. So it really is very relevant to dive masters as well as to instructors. So let's take a look through the course and see what we can find. So this is what it looks like once you open up the course. Over here on the left hand side you'll find all of the theory subjects. Now all of the theory that's included in this course is relevant for the PADI Dive Master exams. I mean, every theory subject is in here. Now, the secret that instructors may not always want you to know is that their level of knowledge is more or less the same as a dive master. It's not much higher at all. So in this program, there's one or two lessons that an instructor would need that a dive master doesn't need. But I mean, let's face it, it doesn't hurt for you to have the same level of knowledge as a dive master. In fact, have you ever noticed that, a nervous advanced diver, open water diver, or an open water diver would often prefer to go and ask questions to a dive master because they feel a little bit uncomfortable maybe going directly to the instructor. So it doesn't hurt for you to have the same level of knowledge as an instructor. So you can work through all of these subjects. They're all here: pressures, underwater effects of pressure volume relationships. After each of the sections, there's a little quiz that you can take just to make sure that you fully understand the subject before you move on to the next lesson. So once you've done those, or you work through the theory, you can go through and do some mock exams. Now, these mock exams are a replica of what an instructor would need to take on their instructor exams, and so you can get a real insight as to what they have to go through. But when you look at the questions, they're going to be very familiar to you because theory is theory, and and you can just work your way through just to make sure that you've got the same level of knowledge as an instructor. You can check your answers; they're all here. All of the answers are here, so you can find out, if you're on target or not. And if you're not, you can go back to to that subject again and just work through the video again and just see which bits you've missed. Once you've finished with the theory, you can go on to PADI standards and procedures. And I mean, as a dive master, you've got access to the current instructor manual. You've probably not used it an awful lot up until now, and if you have, you've probably just been looking at the dive master conducted programs, for like the Reactivate, or all the programs that a dive master can teach, Discover Scuba Diving, etc. Now, of course, these mock exams, again, they're replicas of what an instructor would find on their instructor exam, but don't let that put you off. Nobody needs to learn these standards. I mean, not even course directors, not staff instructors, nobody needs to learn these standards. What they need to do is to know where to find an answer to a question, a standards question, or if they're teaching, where to find the standard for a particular course. So you need to know your way around the instructor manual. And this is a great practice to do that. And at the same time, at the stage that you are at the moment, it's great that you're going to sort of pick up different standards for each courses. And the more knowledge that you have, the more use you're going to be to your dive centre, and also, more importantly, the more use you're going to be for your own customers. So that's great. Again, all of the answers to the questions are here. Not only are the answers here, but you can find out where for example here, you can find out where in your current instructor manual, which page you'll find the answer to the question. So once again, it's great practice for you. Now, as a dive master or trainee dive master, you're probably finding yourself in the pool with alongside an instructor when they're teaching people, or you know, sometimes you've got your own students as a dive master with a DSD or Reactivate or something like that. Now, this is where I think a lot of real value for this course is going to be useful for you. I've got lots of the psychology behind learning and teaching here, understanding your students, student-centered teaching. I think, I don't know if you agree with me, but I just think that if we could make the courses that are being taught at your dive centre more student-centered, I think that, you know, you're going to get better results from the teaching that's there. So at this stage of being a dive master, it's great. We've got sections on demonstrations. Of course, that's really important for dive masters, because you sometimes are asked to do demonstrations and you have to pass demonstrations tests on your dive master course. And this section on demonstrations is a real good help, because it helps you to focus on why you're doing a demonstration. I mean, the whole reason you're doing a demonstration isn't so that you can get a 5 from an instructor. The reason you're doing a demonstration is to make the learning easier for a student. And if you start thinking along those lines, you'll automatically score a 5, but it switches the emphasis once again onto, oh, instead of look how clever I am, I've got a 5, is to the emphasis onto the student-centeredness of performing a demonstration. So that's really good. We've got problems and problems and solving solutions. This is more like debriefings. So there's sections on briefings and debriefings. And briefings for dive master, of course, is really, really important. It's not just training courses that have briefings. I mean, you might be asked to do a briefing at a dive site, you know, or dive against debris or something like that. You know, there's lots and lots of valuable stuff here for dive masters and trainee dive masters. And there's stuff in here about teaching in the classroom as well. So once again, I just think it could be useful for you. So that's the course. So what about this offer that I was talking about? Well, it is an incredible offer, to be honest. Now, what you've just been looking at, to be honest, is 3 different courses. There's the theory course, there's the mock exams, and there's teaching in the pool and classroom. And they're 3 separate the 3 separate courses. And if you was to lump those together or buy them separately, that would cost somewhere around £150 for those. And I'm selling those on a regular basis. But the offer for the full IDC preparation course, which, as you've just seen, includes all of those 3 courses, is only £49, £49 sterling. Now, if you're watching this video from overseas, I don't know what that is exactly in US dollars or in euros, but your bank will charge you accordingly. But in sterling, it's £49 sterling. So it's an incredible offer. I'm keeping the offer open for quite a long time, actually. I'm keeping it open for about 6 weeks, right up until the end of September. But I didn't want you to miss the opportunity to see what's in there. So anyway, thanks for watching.